This is the second part of a Level 1 Functional Skills Maths paper from Highfield. In this part, you can use a calculator. We'll look at the questions one by one. Here is the first question. K is equal to 4y divided by x. Calculate the value of k when y is equal to 17.4 and x is equal to 12. Write the answer in the box below. So the first thing is to rewrite this by using the values that k is equal to 4 lots of y. Y is equal to 17.4, all divided by 12. So what we can get to calculator and multiply 4 by 17.4, which is 69.6, and then divide that by 12, which using a calculator gives us 5.8, and that's the final answer. Now we've got to work out 708.48 divided by 100. Write your answer correct to 3 decimal places in the box below. So we'll just plug this in to the calculator and we get 7.8348. We've got to round this to 3 decimal places. So that means having 3 digits after the decimal point. There is 1, 2, 3. So we need to get rid of the 8. Now we know that because it's higher than 5, this is going to make the 4 into a 5. So rounding up, in other words. So the answer is 7.835. Question number 3. You're using a map with the following information displayed. We've got 2 inches is equal to 10 miles. On the map, your home is 7 inches away from your workplace. What is the actual distance between your home and your workplace? Show your working out and write the answer in the box below. So 2 inches, 10 miles, which means 1 inch is equal to 5 miles. What about 7 inches? 1 times 7 gives us 7. 5 times 7 gives us 35. So the answer is 35 miles. Draw the line or the lines of symmetry on this isosceles triangle. Since this is an isosceles triangle, it means that there's going to be only one line of symmetry going like this. But to be accurate, we've got to measure the base of the triangle, find the midpoint, and then connect that with the top. This is not the ideal ruler, but I'm going to use it to find the midpoint. So there we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to go 3.5. So 1, 2, 3.5. And that's the line of symmetry. If it was an equilateral triangle, you'd have 3 lines of symmetry, another one going like this, and another one here. If it was scalene, then you'd have no lines of symmetry at all. Question 5. Calculate 7/12 of 1080 kilometers. Show you're working out and write the answer in the box below. So 7/12 of this, I'm going to work it out by dividing the number by 12 and then multiplying by 7. We could use other methods as well. So 1080 divided by 12 times 7. And doing this in the calculator gives us 630. Calculate 7.26 divided by 24.2. So again, I'm just going to plug this into the calculator and it gives me 0.3. There are 600,000 people living in Coventry and Wolverhampton combined. The populations are split in the ratio 7:5. How many people live in Wolverhampton? Show you working out and write the answer in the box below. So 7:5. 7 represents population in Coventry because that's coming first in the sentence, and then Wolverhampton 5. And altogether that is 600,000. So we're talking about how many units are there in total. 7 and 5, that is 12. So that's the total combined in terms of units, whereas in terms of actual numbers, this is 600,000. So we're looking at finding how many people live in Wolverhampton. So that's this number here. To get from 12 to 600,000, what have we multiplied by? So I'm going to use the calculator to go 600,000 divided by 12, and it gives me 50,000. So each of the units has a value of 50,000. I'm interested on the 5, so I'm going to multiply it by 50,000. So 5 times 50,000 gives me 250,000. And that is the answer. If you needed population of Coventry, you'd go 7 times 50,000. Highfield Castle. You work at Highfield Castle. As part of your job, you walk around the perimeter of the castle to perform security checks. Below is a diagram of the castle. The main section and each of the turrets are squares. How far do you walk on each security check? Give your answer in meters. Show you're working out and write the answer in the box below. So we've got to work out the perimeter of this shape. What we're given so far is this length here, which is 0.124 kilometers. We've got the length of a turret, which is 12 meters, and we've got this length here, which is 6 meters. So this one here will be 6 meters, this one, this one, this one, and this one. So this one here will be 12. We don't know the other lengths though, so we're going to need to work them out. We've got to give our answer in meters. So the first thing I will do is to convert 0.124 kilometers into meters. In 1 kilometer there are 1000 meters. K we use in everyday life to mean 1000, so km means 1000 meters. Now 0.124 that is 124 meters. So 0 point means it's less than 1 kilometer. And as we said, in 1 kilometer there are 1000. So this is less than 1000. And right after 0 we've got 124, so that is 124 meters. It's also like multiplying 0.124 by 1000. So we've got 124 meters. As that is the same as this length, this one will be 124 meters as well. What about this one? This one will be a bit longer than 124 meters because we haven't got a turret here right at the end on the right. So we said that this was 6 meters. So this length here at the end will be 6 meters as well. So in total it will be 124 plus the 6, which is 130 meters. And the same thing for the other length here, so 130 meters. So let's add them together. Taking them in turn, we'll do 130 and 130. I'll cross them out as I go along. Then we have 124 and 124. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lots of 12. Which makes 72. So we can add 72 here as well. And there is 1, 2, we have 3, we have 4, 5, and 6. So 6 lots of 6 make 36. So we're going to add 36 here as well. Using a calculator to add all of these gives us 616 meters.
You're moving some swords into a new display. Below are the weights of your swords in kilogram. What is the mean and the range of the weights of swords? Show you working out and write the answers in the box below. Let's work out the mean first, which means adding all of these numbers together. So 1.3, add 2.1, add 1.7, add 2.4, add 0.9, add 1.3, add 1.5, add 1.9, add 1.1, add 1.3, add 2.1, add 2.2, which is 19.8. Then we're going to divide this by how many there are, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 times 1, 2, 3, 12. So divided by 12, which gives us 1.65 kilograms. So we've got the mean. Now looking at the range, so range is the difference between the highest and the smallest of the values. The highest is 2.4, the lowest is 0.9, so 2.4 take away 0.9 gives us 1.5 kilograms, so the range is 1.5 kilograms. You pick up one of the swords at random. What's the probability that you pick up a sword that weighs more than 2 kilograms? Give your answer as a fraction in its simplest form. So more than 2 kilograms. We've got one here, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4 of them out of the 12 that are in total. We've got to write it in its simplest form, so we can simplify by dividing both numbers by 4. 4 divided by 4 gives us 1, 12 divided by 4 gives us 3, so 1/3. The table below shows the number of visitors to Highfield Castle last week. On Friday, there were 20% more visitors than there were on Thursday. Show your working out and then draw a chart on the graph paper to show the number of visitors during each day last week. So first of all, let's work out the number of visitors on Friday, which is 20% more than Thursday. So 150 on Thursday, and 20% we can just work out by dividing by 5 or going 20 over 100 times 150, or getting the 10%, which is 15, and adding another 15. There are many different methods. And by just plugging this into the calculator, so 20 divided by 100 times 150 is going to give us 30. So we can add that to the 150 because it's 20% more. So 150 at 30 gives us 180. Now we're going to show all of this in the bar chart here. We'll make this smaller so that we can see what's happening. So horizontally, we're going to show the days of the week, and vertically, we're going to show the number of visitors. So we're drawing the axis. You can use a pencil and a ruler when you do this on paper. Day of the week. I'm going to leave a gap of 1 square and then make each day 2 squares wide. So Monday, then a gap, Tuesday, a gap, Wednesday, a gap, Thursday, a gap, Friday. And in terms of horizontally, number of visitors, it goes up to 195. So let's say 200. I'm going to round it up. How many squares do we have? Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So let's use the 20 of them to make 200. So that means 10 in each. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200. And this was the number of visitors. For Monday, we're going up to 165. Which is in between 160 and 170. For Tuesday, we are going up to 195. Then 135 for Wednesday, 150 for Thursday, 180 for Friday. Now 150 for Thursday. and 180 for Friday. And you can just check against the table. It looks correct, and the bar chart is complete. Now we can look at the next question. Highfield Roofing. You're working for Highfield Roofing. Your manager has asked you to calculate the price of a job. The customer has a budget of £1,000. The project will need materials costing £426.93, one roofer and one apprentice for 3 days of work from 8:30 to 5:30. The roofer is paid £84.50 per day, and the apprentice is paid £4.75 per hour. Add 20% to the total cost of the job for VAT. Can the project be completed within the budget? We've got the cost. So we've got the cost of the materials. We've got to add to that the cost of employing one roofer and then one apprentice. So for the roofer, 3 days of work, £84.50 per day. So 3 times 84.50 is £253.50. Now for the apprentice, they paid per hour. So how many hours is that? From 8:30 in the morning to 5:30 in the afternoon. So you can go like this: 9:30, 1 hour, 10:30, 2 hours, and so on. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours. So that is 9 hours per day, and it's 3 days, so 27 hours in total. So 27 times £4.75 gives us £128.25. The cost of the materials was £426.93. So if we add all of them together, and you can use a calculator here, and it gives us £808.68. Now the final thing is to add 20% of the total cost for VAT. So 20% is 20 out of 100 times 808.68 gives us 161.736. So adding them together, we need only 2 digits, so getting rid of the 6, which means that's going to make this a 4, so 74 pence. 8 and 4 is 12, 14, 017, so £970.42. Can the project be completed within the budget, which was £1,000? The answer is yes. Question 13. You use a lot of water while working. You are buying some new containers to hold the water that you use. The containers are cuboid. They have a base of 32 centimeters by 21 centimeters and are 0.5 meters tall. You need enough containers to hold at least 100,000 cubic centimeters of water. Each container costs $6.99. How much will it cost to buy the containers that you need? Show your working out and write the answer in the box below. So let's work out the volume of one of the containers. So we've got 32 centimeters, 21 centimeters, and we've got then meters. So we've got to convert this into centimeters. 0.5 meters is half a meter, and that is 50 centimeters, because there are 100 centimeters in a meter. So we're going to go 32 times 21 times 50 to get the answer in cubic centimeters, because that's what we need. So plugging this into the calculator, we get 33,600 cubic centimeters. And that is not 100,000, so we need to know how many of them we'll need to make 100,000. So we'll go 100,000 divided by 33,600. It gives us 2.9761 and so on. Now you can't buy part of a container, so you're going to go up to 3, because if you bought 2, that wouldn't actually hold, the 2 of them wouldn't hold 100,000, so it has to be 3 of them, 3 containers. So 3 containers, how much is one of them? It's 6.99, which is £20 and 97 pence. The last question. You hired for another job to build the roof on a new football stadium. They give you this plan of the stadium. Diagram is not to scale, so it's not worth measuring it. The pitch dimensions are 105 meters by 70 meters. The roof will be made of panels that are 50 centimeters by 50 centimeters. How many panels will be needed for the entire roof? Show your working out and write the answer in the box below. In the stadium, you put the roof where we've got it in purple here, so around the pitch, not covering the whole thing. So we're going to work out the area of the whole stadium and then take away the area of the pitch so that we can work out the area where the roof is going to go. So 175 times 190, which is 33,250. Then the area of the pitch, which can be worked out by multiplying 105 by 70, which is 7,350. Working out the difference, 33,250 take away 7,350 gives us 25,900 square meters. Now we're going to find out how many panels are needed, but the panel dimensions are in centimeters and we've just used meters so far, so we've got to keep the units the same. So I'm going to convert these to meters, and that's going to be 0.5, and that's 0.5. So working out the area that one panel covers is 0.5 times 0.5 gives us 0.25. So how many 0.25s fit into 25,900? So 25,900 divided by 0.25, that's 103,600 panels. And this is the end of the question and the end of the whole assessment.